What's up, guys? I'm Malik Wilson here with Hollywood Junket, and we are joined with future star in the making, Allie. Thank you so
Hi,
much. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. Hello.
I can only imagine you're doing great. First off, I have to say congratulations for you being on The Voice this season. The first question I just have to throw out there is, it takes a lot of courage to go on a show like that. So fill us in on, what gave you that final push to, want to audition.
Um, Honestly, I it was a bit of a personal battle, a lot for sure. And this was my third time attempting to get on it. So and it a lot of encouragement from my mom, especially. Um, and yeah, I decided, you know what, just let's just stop keeping it to myself, my story that I have, and why not let it all air out, and then obviously share my passion with singing as well too.
Definitely. And I was doing a little bit of research on you, and I was gonna mention your mother. It seems like you and your mom have a pretty tight bond.
Oh yeah,
So talk about, who Allie is and how your mom has influenced you to, take it to this next level.
yeah. So my name is Ali. It's actually an what's the word? It's condensed 3 letters, my entire legal name. So my full name is Alyssa Lauren Ibarra. So uh Ali.
Whoa, that is that's that's cool.
Yeah, it all works out, huh? Yeah, a lot of people are asking me like, is that short for your first name? No, my full name. Um, yeah, and I grew up singing and loving music, but some people think that me being born deaf would try to stop that. No, absolutely did not let that happen whatsoever. And I have a lot to thank to my parents and also all of the resources I had with the doctor visits and the audiologist and my speech therapist and everything. Yeah, and obviously I had what it could be considered a challenging childhood, but nothing that is considered impossible. So
Definitely. And you are breaking barriers every day. And we're excited. And so for you to be breaking down these barriers is truly kudos to you, Ali. And now that this is like a full circle moment, Ali. I'm like, now I want to call you by your real name, but we'll stick with Ali. But you mentioned, while you were on stage, you said that you feel the beat. Um, talk to us a little about that. And before you went up there on stage, did you talk to the band at all? Talk to us about that whole experience.
yeah,
Mentioning that
yeah.
you feel the beat.
Yeah, of course. So, first and foremost, I have to say that the everyone behind the scenes of The Voice, the most amazing team of people that I've ever worked with. They are so accommodating. And I'm super, super thankful to them for even considering the fact that, in show business, a lot of people are just gonna be like, all right, we just got to get it going. If it's not going to work, we're not going to do it. No,
Right.
they jumped plenty of hurdles for me to make this happen. Yeah, and I worked a lot with the band, a lot for sure. Um, we had a lot of rehearsals, obviously, between me and them.
Right.
Music director Paul, he's amazing. And yeah, there's so many people that I could thank, and just completely uh give a shout out to. We would go on for hours about that. So to everyone, yes, they have helped me so much, just to get to that moment, just for the blind auditions alone. So yeah,
Definitely.
awesome.
Definitely. But and feeling the beat. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, of course. So basically, I kind of lucked out with this song because of how in pocket the band could be with "Killing Me Softly," the Fugees version, because it's already a very funky beat that comes with it. So the stage is actually built perfectly for people that are like me. Um, the speakers are under us, so we can feel it on our.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty
okay.
cool. It's like I thought that was amazing. So yeah, and it's also really loud. So I had my hearing aids. I actually have it off right now because that was probably the feedback you heard. But yeah, so my hearing aids obviously helped me to start with the starting pitch point, of course. But yeah, the speakers that are under us, that helped me a lot. So that was the tempo that I followed with, the beat, of course.
Wow.
And yeah, and it just all worked out in the end.
That is insane. That's insane. So I want to dive a little deeper into you get to the audition, you're practicing with the band, you're finally out there on stage, the chairs are turned around,
Mhm.
and the motive of the show is to get at least one of the coaches to turn around.
Yeah.
So before you go out there, out of the four coaches, and we know that your team Kelly, but out of the four coaches, you had two chairs turn around, which was Chance and Kelly.
Mhm.
Out of the four, if they all four turned around, was there anyone you would have chosen outside of Kelly?
So I actually touched based on it, but obviously in the end I didn't air it. That's okay. um, However, I did say that if Kelly turned around, I was gonna choose her.
Okay. Okay.
Right. However, when I was on stage and listening to both of their pitches, I was so close to going to Chance because he gave an amazing pitch. And it was so inspiring to hear that he worked with people in the deaf and hard of hearing community. So I was like, oh wow, okay, so he definitely knows and has experience with it. However, the reason why I chose Kelly is because I really wanted to work on my vocal ability, and Kelly Clarkson, she's insane with that.
Right.
So yeah, I really I gravitated towards her for that, and also because she reminds me so much of my mom. So
Mm,
that was also another huge factor in my decision process.
definitely. And floating back to mom being that inspiration, it only makes sense. And I think that cleared up a lot of questions that we had, because when Chance gave his pitch, especially with his organization, with definitely dope,
Yeah.
me as a viewer, I'm like, oh, she's going there. Because like you said, he has that experience in that. And but again, that's really cool, because it matters to what Allie wants, not what the whole world wants. So that's dope. So I have to ask you, off of a spinoff from that, do you plan to start your own organization now with this platform that you have and are growing?
That's an awesome question. You're actually one of the very first people that ever asked. I appreciate that, really. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely wanted to. I'm inspired by the definitely dope inspiration organization. So, I definitely want to maybe branch out from them or work with them directly. That would be
Mhm.
awesome to do as well. Maybe sometime down the line I'll have one that has my name on it. That'd be pretty cool. But all in all, I just want to be a person to inspire those like myself. So
Definitely.
organization or not, I'm just glad to have a platform at all.
For sure, for sure. And has anybody else inspired you, either in the, hearing impaired, from singers or just anybody in general? Has anybody inspired you along the way?
Yeah. So for sure, my biggest inspiration growing up is a musician that is also has a disability. Although it may not be him being deaf, but it's Stevie Wonder. He's blind, and that is insane to me that he can play the piano the way he does. So I'm just like, what in the world?
Mind blowing.
Right, right. Yeah. So obviously I had him to look up to. We didn't have the same path, obviously, but if he can do it and be a legend that he is, why can't anyone else with a disability to do that as well? So it's just amazing to see, and I'm so thankful that there are artists like him out there. And I am stunned that I'm finally getting to break out and be that kind of artist as well. So, yeah, yeah. And then I think another huge inspiration is honestly the deaf and hard of hearing community itself.
Mhm.
I'm learning so many new things from it. And I'm unlearning so many new things from it too, as well. And I'm just so thankful for their support and letting me represent them. And they're such a beautiful, beautiful community. So.
Definitely. And I saw also you were singing a Stevie Wonder song back in, I think, 2017 of December. I've been doing my research.
Yeah,
Um,
you did your
it's
homework.
so you chose Kelly. How did you guys prepare for battles? And, how has Kelly's coaching helped you as an artist?
So, Kelly is probably so fun to work with in the first place. And yeah, when you're hanging out with her, it's like you're hanging out with your best friend, which I really love. We've been preparing a lot, so and I'm really, really proud of what's going to be shown. Me and my battle partner, obviously, I can't say right now. You'll find out. But me and my battle partner, yeah, we've been working endlessly about it, and our main goal with it was to make people feel something rather than you're just listening to it. And I feel like that's my whole what do you call it, that's just my thing in the first.
Definitely.
Yeah, so when we're working with Kelly, it's definitely a lot of soul that's going to come into it, so I'm excited for you guys to see what's going to come into place with it.
And I definitely get soul from you. Last question that I have for you is, everybody seems to be a huge fan of Now.
Oh yeah.
One of the coaches. He did not turn around, but are you, with you being, and we're pretty similar in age, you're 24, correct?
Yeah.
24-year-old, we've all heard Now before. He's more in our age range. Are you a fan of him at all? Or, and if, say, Kelly didn't turn around or Chance didn't turn around, which you have chosen Now?
I am okay. So a little backstory. In high school, I was very, very obsessed with One Direction.
Yeah.
And I will not be ashamed of it at all because they're great, of course.
Yeah.
And I did consider myself a Niall girl. But that was way back when. We're not like that anymore. However, I still love him, and he's a great guy. And if he turned around for me, absolutely, I probably definitely would have considered choosing him. But if it was him against Chance, I probably would have chose Chance.
Listen, Chance gave one heck of a pitch.
He did. He
I
did.
think you, I think you threw a curveball when you chose Kelly. But again, Kelly she's not a bad person at all. She's very talented. I like to give the word. She's goated. She's earned her stars, and so
Yeah.
one of the two, you weren't in bad hands at all.
I absolutely agree with you, and I'm so thankful that Chance turned for me at all. And the one main thing, I think the whole reason why I even chose The Voice is to audition for it, because I didn't want the coaches to know what my story is beforehand,
Mhm.
um, and just turn because of that. So
Right.
the fact that they even believed in me in the first place just by listening to me,
Mhm.
that's awesome. And I will never be able to fully grasp how amazing that is. And so when I did tell them that I am deaf, their response is absolutely cool. And Chance is probably one of the coolest responses ever. And yeah, I know I did probably shock a lot of people not choosing him, but I promise you there's a reason why. And I am living up to that reason, I think.
Definitely, definitely. Well, we appreciate you so much for joining us here. Again, for everyone tuning in to Hollywood Junket, I'm your host, Malik Wilson, and we are joined with music artist Ali. Now it makes sense why they capitalized the ALI.
Thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll catch you guys next time.